What's up, everybody? God bless everyone. Just want to get that off my chest right now. Just wanted to say God bless everyone. Hopefully everyone's having a blessed day. Hopefully everyone, I know everyone's not, but I pray that everyone comes just at least a little bit closer to the Lord today, and that the Lord shows them a revelation like never before, and wakens them up, and wakes all of you up, and have a realization of what the true reality is to be, and is gonna be, and is forever gonna be. But yes, God bless everyone. I pray for every single one of you out there. I pray for everyone that I know, that I love, people I've never seen or talked before. I pray for all of you that God does whatever He has to do. That means whatever He has to do to bring you closer to Him, to His kingdom, because He wants His children home, His lost children home. So I'm doing a video here. Clearly, just thought I'd pass the time, do it. So I usually don't drive that much because I live in a very convenient spot, which is a great blessing by God. If you see me grimace in pain a little bit, it's because I'm actually going to the hospital right now. I'm actually going to go into the emergency room to get certain things checked out. I've been having some guy problems downstairs. Yes, I'm sharing that with all you people. But we're all family, I believe. We're all cool. Why not? I mean, hopefully it's nothing. I believe. Hopefully, I think I might be saying the word. Hopefully, it's not testicular torsion. And yes, it's my testicles. Because sounds like that they can remove your testicles if that goes on for a while. I hope not. Oh gosh, I hope not. That would. Oh my gosh. Well. Yeah, I don't even want to think about that. That's just. I'm not afraid of anything because I have the Lord in my life, for I do not fear nothing. But it's a pretty grimacing thought. It's a pretty cringy thing to think about. But I'm not gonna think about it. Hopefully, even I'm saying hopefully, like I don't think there's anything positive out of this, honestly. I'm going to the emergency room because, and why I'm smiling, because I'm with God. I mean, God puts the light in my dark. God puts a smile when there shouldn't be no happiness at all. And every single day I wake up, He puts happiness in my heart and my soul. And if I didn't have God, I would have no purpose to live. That's the honest truth. That's the cold, hard, honest truth. But every single day I wake up setting a goal upon myself to serve the Lord the best I can, to the best of my abilities. And if I have all the sacrifice that I must make, then I shall do it, because He is my sole purpose in life. He is the epitome of my legacy. I do everything for Jesus Christ. I breathe for Him. I walk for Him. I bleed for Him. I cry for Him. I laugh for Him. I perform for Him. Anything I do is for Him. But getting off topic real quick. So basically, to get off the main subject, we'll get on the main subject of the video, because I don't know if a lot of people really turn on to my video. They might, because they're like, oh gosh, like, let's see what this is, because a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to see that, but they still click on it because that's today's society. But I don't feel comfortable by putting I have testicular problems. Watch this video. Now that's I just wanted to mention it because, you know, we're all family here. We're all brothers and sisters in Christ, and you know, I'm here for you, and you know, I believe there's people out there vice versa. Maybe not everyone, but I believe vice versa. But I see no wrong in it. You know, everyone has their own problems. So, and I just thought I'd explain mine. You know, why not? I guess I'm weird. But yes, hopefully it's not Torson. Hopefully I'm saying Torson or whatever. Torison, I think. Still not good, but it might be a hernia. I didn't lift. I haven't been lifting weights, and I haven't went to the gym in like a week and a half. And then basically the first thing I do, I jump right onto which my strengths went down since I've been working out at Plant Fitness. It's like weird. My body's kind of like adapted to Plant Fitness. And the highest dumbbells that they have is 75, and I just went straight after the 75 on the decline bench, and which at once upon a time was like 20-pound dumbbells, you know. But that could have probably caused it. But my area down there was hurting for a couple days now. You know, started my right side, then it went on to my left side, and now it's on both sides. And I know a lot of you are like, oh, why are you telling me this? Oh my, like, grow up, you know. We all got medical issues, you know, like, but I forgive you, you know, and I love you. So, yes, if it's a hernia, I'll be a little bit more relieved. I don't know all really the bad things about a hernia. They'll probably tell me, the worst news they could probably tell me is you can't do any kind of like really heavy physical lifting, which I work at a job where there's a decent bit of physical lifting. So if I have an excuse not to do that, I'll be like, oh, okay. But that means I can't really lift for a longer period of time, which will really bum me out. I will listen to the doctor. My health comes first, you know. There's been times in my life where I haven't, and I was very ignorant, but life's too short to be ignorant. I've been saying a lot last few days. You know, I was with a couple people down in Cincinnati, Ohio, and you know, the streets are always bad there, and the streets are always bad really anywhere, honestly. But they just didn't care about the rules, and they walked across the street whenever they wanted, and I waited till it told me to walk, because we live in a time where it's very, very, very easy. Like me recording right now, I could be distracted, and I'm using like the back of my hand to control the wheel, and slipping, you know. But I have great belief that it won't happen, because I trust my abilities. I trust in God, of course, and yeah. But I'm a guy who gets off topic a lot. I apologize. Going 8 minutes into it, not even into the main subject. Wow, but good thing I think I have a decent amount of storage, so it's okay. I still have maybe 20 more minutes. Yes. Couple things I want to get off my chest. I do want to change my YouTube name pretty soon. I really need to know how to do that. People, please comment. I'd like to know, how can I change my YouTube name through your phone? Unless I have to get on a computer. If there's a way to do it on your phone, please tell me, because I can't figure it out. I just can't. As you see, I'm wearing a jacket, and probably first time in a while you see me in jacket. You always see me, you know, shirtless or a t-shirt. I know you see this all the time. And this is the first video I've posted in a while. It is cold here, and to me, I like warm weather. I'm a warm weather person, and my nose is a little bit, you know, I'm probably gonna come down with something. because the change of weather abruptly, and it's going to get back in the 80s and then go back down. But whenever September hits, I'm like, all right, it's winter. Fall is not even a season in my mind. Fall is just a more annoying version of winter. It's like winter's little annoying brother. And I don't mean that to offend anyone, you know. It's just like winter's like, you know, ooh, snow, and, you know, has its pros and cons, of course, but fall, to me, a lot of people like fall, but me personally, I see nothing good about fall. I see nothing fun about fall. It's cold, it's rainy, it's cold to where it hurts outside, you know? I don't like it. I'm not a fall. It's boring. It gives me a headache a lot. Just I've been in Ohio my entire life, but I'm not meant for Ohio when it comes to temperature-wise. But Ohio's known for having crazy temperature, which has to do with the end of times. But I'm trying to get off this, you know, subject for right now. Just, you know, try to talk more, you know, mainstream stuff, you know. Try not to scare you guys off. Yeah, now 11 minutes into it. All right, yes. Get past the testicular part. I might have a hernia. They say that you might have testicular pain, but might be actually because you have a hernia. I might think it is because isn't a hernia like some like a vein or something in your butt? And forgive me for everything I'm saying. You know, I don't mean to offend anyone out there. I don't mean to gross anyone out. I'm just being real. That's all. I'm just being like, we're family. I'm just being, you know, close. You know, I love you all. You know, we're all God's children, and you know, but I don't want either. But there's definitely something wrong, and I feel it there in the in the testicles, but I also feel it in my pelvis. So, and my I'm just gonna say my butthole is hurting. Definitely feels like there's like something very wrong there. So I believe it's a hernia. I probably just aggravated a lot today after lifting. I lifted pretty heavy. I went for not my max I ever had in my life, like, you know, bench press, but my max on as of right now, which as of right now it's like 335, and I could have gone higher. And a lot of people think that you lose your strength when you stop going to the gym. From my experience and from what I've known and the knowledge that I've obtained, you don't really lose your strength. You actually are stronger when you come back because your body is able to repair, because you're constantly beating it down. And then when you give it a time to repair, it's stronger. It really is. But you might lose muscle, you know, or it just seem like you lose muscle, you know, but it'll come right back, you know. It's funny, weird how the body works, but oh gosh, holding that camera and freaking making my armor. Rest for a second. Driving in the middle of the road. All right, so going to the hospital. Check this out. I'm doing a video. Past time. I'm actually like halfway there, or probably getting closer. A little bit more than half. Yeah. Need to get on the road. Yeah. So basically, my testicular, trying to, you know, not be too vulgar, but that area there, it needs to be looked at. You know, I need to know what's wrong, what's going on, you know, because it's not normal. I've never had pain down there like this before. So yeah. But basically that's what's going on with me. But the main reason why I'm making this video, I'm probably going to be the title of the video so I don't scare people away, but, you know, it's like, oh, it's just a normal video, you know, because you see them all the time. Thought I'd make it. I thought I'd just put my own opinion out there. So, LA Fitness. Yeah, LA Fitness. I want to give my reviews on LA Fitness. I'm gonna my camera's gonna be kind of up here because rest my arm a little bit, and I'm really close to the hospital, so I kind of gotta make this charismatically quick. LA Fitness. My review, my opinion of LA Fitness. When I think of it nowadays, I think of corporate. What is my definition of corporate? I couldn't really give you a really good answer. It's probably gonna be just a stuttered sentence, but it's just like there's no culture, there's no authenticity, there's no fun really in it. It's just all you think is they don't really care about your lifts and how much you do and your personal goals and stuff. They only care about how much money you're going to give them and what contracts you're going to sign. And how I know this? Because I used to work for an LA Fitness. I was a sales associate. And they promised me all these great positions, all this money, and none of it was really going to come true. And if it was going to, I wasn't going to be happy. Before I get into that, so LA Fitness, my opinion changed a whole 180. And again, 360s all the way around, 180, is complete opposite sides. LA Fitness, to my behalf, a weight room at a school isn't a gym. That's a weight room. But a gym where it's a place where you go and work out and there's weights, and it's not at a school, it's not at a college, it's not a country club. It is a entity of its own. LA Fitness was actually the very first gym I ever went to. The very first gym I ever been to. And I went there I want to say my freshman year going to my sophomore year. That's what I want to say. I could be wrong, but I want to say that. I loved it. It was a great, amazing experience because I was so used to working out at home and working out in the weight room. I'd never been to an actual gym. So when I finally got to an actual gym, I was like, my goodness, this is what a gym is? Wow, look at the shininess and all the space and all the machines. And I never hit the muscle in this way before, because you're very limited when you only got, stuff at home. Like, oh my goodness, like, this is amazing. Woo! I was very easily amazed and very easily coaxed into liking it and having a great opinion of it because of the way it looked, the atmosphere. It had at the time, the atmosphere that really made me happy at the time and at the type of person I was back then. And I never was around that before, so basically, excuse me, I might be able to talk to you guys in the parking lot a little bit because I am here, and I think they open at 8:30, like the main office open up at 8:30, and I don't want to go into the emergency room because that is personal business that I would not share. And you have to respect that, please. But hopefully I'm allowed to park in this parking lot because I believe I'm the first one because, well, of course you got the workers, so I mean, yeah, I'm all right, so basically I guess I can talk for a little bit, continue the whole reason why I started this video. But that's me, just always know how to, ag it on, and not even get to the topic. A lot of times that annoys people, but I like hype. I really do. I like hyping people up. Get him built up. All right, tell me. All right. So yes, LA Fitness. I loved it. I enjoyed it a lot. I was like, man, this is amazing, And what added to it, was things that wasn't even gym related. They had a basketball court. They had, a swimming pool. They had a hot tub. They had a sauna. Never been to a sauna before, and I got a little story to tell you on that. They got a swimming pool, hot tub. Yeah, I mean, it was like, oh my gosh, this is the gym I'm going to, Once I get out of high school, I'm going to this gym. I don't care. Like, this is for me, This is, oh my goodness, Now, my first experience there, like, the details on it. I'll try to make it abruptly fast, and hopefully it's charismatic to entertain you guys. Under the eyes of the Lord, of course. So I went there, and I saw it, and I think I basically used like every upper body machine there, because I only did like upper body the 2 days that I went there back then. I didn't really hit lower body a lot, but yeah, I used like every single chest machine. I definitely took advantage of what I had at the time. I definitely took advantage of the opportunity that I had in hand. So basically, I went there, and after I did all the machines, and I was wearing my tank top, and I thought I was all big, and I had my sister who took me through the guest privileges. She took a picture of me, and I was flexing, take this memory for Instagram, And there was a guy, he was laughing at me, but like he was laughing with me. He was laughing at you, Cody. I believe that he was laughing at me. Wait, I just said that wrong. Maybe he was laughing at me. Maybe God's telling me he was laughing at me. At the time, I thought he was laughing with me, like, we all been through that, but who knows? He was laughing, and, I was like, I just kind of like laughed back. Oh, look, he's, laughing. And so I still continued to flex. So I enjoyed the rest of the accessories that they had. I shot a little in basketball court, but that was like not really my thing. I only did basketball because of my friend he's, we're friends again now. There was a hiatus when we wasn't, but at the time we were really close, and only time I ever shot basketball was with him, just because it was something for us to bond with. But they had like a posing room, so I went in there and like, I don't know if I posed or not, but I remember doing like some kind of ab thing that my sister wanted to know how to do, or if I could do it or something. Like, I don't know. Then they had like a punching bag room. It was like, okay, it's just a bunch of punching bags. I didn't really do much in there. Heck, I don't even know if I went in there at that time, but oh well. So I went and got in a swimming pool. I can't swim, but I did my dog paddle and played around in the water, got in the hot tub. I enjoyed the hot tub for 3 minutes. I will admit, the Loveland, Ohio, right by Sims at Harper's Point, right across the Kroger, is probably the worst hot tub I've ever been in my life. Not because it's terrible and it's cold, no. It's soothing and relaxing for a very limited time, for like literally 3 minutes, and like it's uncomfortable. I'm sweating. I don't like it. I'm in a lot of pain right now, honestly, man. I probably need to hurry this up. And I don't want to take too much time. I like to get to bed before noon because I work third shift. Man. I like to lift, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to. I think they're not gonna tell me not to. But
call from +1-513-515-9360.
As we're speaking, I have an incoming call. I'm trying to recognize the number. I think I want to say it's Dustin. Oh well. I'll get back to it. So, yeah. So back to what I was saying. Freaking.
Call from +1-513-515-9360.
Okay, whatever. I'm not getting mad at the phone call. It's just like I'm trying to get this hurried up. All right. So basically, So I had to jump back in the pool, jump back in the hot tub, jump back in the pool, jump back in the hot tub, so I can continue to have that relaxed and soothing feeling that everyone, of course, strives for when they get into a hot tub. It was a very complicated experience, and that's why I do not recommend to go to that hot tub. That's destined. Destination is at LA Fitness in Loveland, Ohio. Whew. So the funny story. All right. Funny story. When I went to the sauna, the very first time I've ever been to a sauna, I've heard of them. I've heard of them before, but never been on one. And I finally got one. I'm like, my goodness, this thing is hot. Like, oh my gosh, this thing's hot. Well, I sat in there and it was relaxing, I guess. I don't know, it wasn't really my thing, but I was like, okay, I'm just gonna sit in here and like I couldn't understand like why would people sit in there because it freaking burnt me a few times, but I was like, okay, I'm getting used to it. My body's starting to adapt to it. Well, what made the whole experience not that enjoyable personally, like being my own peaceful and in a sauna and just in my mind, I couldn't really do that when there's um, a full butt naked older gentleman that is on sitting. There's like stairs, like it looks like stairs, and he's on the top stair, wooden stair, laying there, butt naked, and laying there like 9 degrees against the wall. And I didn't want to be awkward and like walk in there, saw him and walk back out. And I wanted to enjoy the sauna. I really had to get going because I think I had to get going. Like, so I just wanted to see what it was like. But I was kind of rushed to get out of there. I think my sister wanted to, leave. So I was like, oh, might as well just ignore it. Here's what the most confusing thing, weirdest, I guess it's funny depending on your humor. And this video is probably, I should say, for mature audience only because there's a lot of like vulgar things. But he gets up, and you would think, okay, he's naked, whatever. Just don't look, don't make eye contact. Just all right. You would think, get up, walk normally out the door, right? No. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know why he did it. I don't know if he thought, he was trying to hide his, his private areas. But he's butt naked. And he's going to be walking in front of me. What would happen next, I'm not saying it scarred me. I've seen worse. But it's definitely a memory I don't think I'll forget anytime soon. And I tell a lot of people about it. He got up and he tucked his private areas between his legs and like hobbled out of the sauna. Now let that sink in for a second. Why in the world would you ever do that at all? It's like he was hiding his stuff, but I'm behind you, buddy, and you tuck it behind you. And I didn't look, but I saw the fact that he did that, and he kind of just hobbled out of there, like a penguin. I'm like, what? If you didn't want no one to look at you, why be naked in the first place? Why are you naked in a sauna? That just makes everything uncomfortable. There's people going there with towels on. Why are you butt freaking naked, I don't know. It's not a phobia. It's not a thing I'm against. It's just like reasoning why. Whatever. So, after that, I think I would. So basically, after that, I like my memories of LA Fitness. After that, like I always had a great opinion about, but as I got more involved in lifting, I got more involved into fitness. I got away from like the I call it corporate. I label it corporate type gyms and more into the hardcore chalk like hardcore, chalk like, everyone will stop what they're doing in the gym to watch someone do their max type gyms, people that's like a family, they're close, you know. Um, they come in, everyone knows everybody there, like, hey man, what's up? What's up, John? You hitting that leg press like you were talking about? And a corporate gym's like, oh, don't look at me. Oh, you looked at me. Oh my gosh, you looked at me. What do I do? Oh my gosh, you looked at me. You looked at me. You looked at me. Oh my gosh, you looked at me. But at like a cool and good gym, which is very hard to find anymore, especially in Ohio where I live. Oh my gosh, you either get corporate gyms or in between corporate and hardcore gyms, but they're mostly corporate because of their pricing. Whatever. Um, yeah. So I always had like a high opinion of LA Fitness for a long time, but it kind of went down because I liked the more grudgier type gyms. Well, so then I lived in Loveland. And I'm like, well, I live in Loveland. You know what? I'm going to get a membership here at LA Fitness. I never thought of Crunch Fitness at the time because I never heard of it. And it was the only gym that I knew about in Loveland. And I was like, dream come true, Oh, I'm living in Loveland, dream come true. You look back in my past YouTube videos, you will see, my journey of living in Loveland, which I was actually prepared and for my competition, my bodybuilding competition at that time. So, I'm like, I'm at LA Fitness, and like I had no money on me when I got a membership there, and like I probably have I believe just jokingly around, but I probably do have like a record of like the lowest monthly payment that anyone has ever had at LA Fitness. I got the guy. I guess he was so desperate to get that membership from me because I had no money, and I'm like, dude, like I'm starting a job soon, but I have no money right now. Um, but I need a gym, and I love this place, Um, and the guy was so desperate, because he had all these like $99, $136, $236. I got him down all the way to $20 a month. And he told me, oh well, okay, well we can do this, but you have to pay $140 some dollars, in December, which this was like in October, and I was like, that's fine, I'll have money by then. And then the funny thing is, like, they still tried taking it. I actually left LA Fitness for Crunch Fitness, and they still took money out of my bank. So I went down there. I'm like, hey, I asked if they were going to still take money out of this. And, they apologized. They refunded my money and stuff. It was just a very common. Then they took more money out. Not that much longer. I'm like, why are you still taking money from my bank? I don't even work out here anymore. I canceled it a month ago. And, they refund that too. And they were cool about it somewhat. Um, yeah, they were cool about it, the people I was with. Unlike other places I've messed with, oh my gosh, so corporate to the point to where they don't care. Like, they don't have the motto of no refunds, but they want to have the belief of no refunds, even though they're supposed to. Whatever. So that kind of lowered my opinion on, that side of LA Fitness, but I still loved it. I still liked a little bit about it. But I worked out there. Um, when I started working out there on a regular basis, and I got, I used all the accessories, blah, 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 and I was training. I was really doing hardcore training, I was on the Stairmaster, sweating my butt off, like highest intensity on Stairmaster for like 30 minutes straight, dude. Like, oh my gosh, because I wanted to be as t- sky, tight skinned as possible. Well, so later, as I'm working out there, the longer I worked out there, the longer my love for lifting, even though I was had a fire like no other because I was doing a competition, my love for lifting was like going away. Like my fire was like not wasn't really necessarily going away, but I was like not really. I wasn't really motivated. What was motivating me was the competition. But if I didn't have that competition, which would later actually predetermine what would actually happen in the future at that time, when I got done with my competition, my quote unquote fire in the workout, my motivation working out went away. Uh, but at the time, there was like, I had no motivation, I had no drive, I had nothing. It was just me, my secular, stupid music, and my hood up, sweating, and it's like, and I was doing YouTube videos too at the time. It's like, it just wasn't, I don't want to say it wasn't fun. It was an experience, but definitely my opinion of LA Fitness went down tremendously. And one thing I failed to mention was I never did like, at least at Loveland. There's other LA Fitness that don't have this, but there's one in well, I think they might all have this, but at Loveland, and I think they changed it a little bit when I came back a couple years later. But when I first went there, first time ever going to LA Fitness, I I could not stand the bolted, set, angled benches that they had bolted into the ground. That annoyed me so much, even at that time when I was so in love with it. That was the worst thing I didn't like about it. I was like, man, this sucks. I can't move the bench, and I don't like the angles. It's just, But, don't get me wrong. They got great machines. They got all that, but it was just too much space. Me personally, I like a very closed-in gym. I don't know why, but I do. Um, I don't know. It's weird, but I like that. I don't like when there's a bunch of open space because it's like, oh, I have to walk 1,000 miles just to get to the next machine. Not necessarily that mindset, but you get what I'm saying. So yeah, after that, I quit. I left LA Fitness because there was no fun there. And it was getting too expensive for me at the time. I saw another gym, and I was like, I don't need the hot tub. I don't need the pools. I don't need all that corporate accessories. I don't need all that stuff to bring people in, other than the fact of the main reason why you go to a gym is to achieve a physical and mental and spiritual goal, depending on the person and individual. And me personally, I didn't need to have a basketball court to draw me in. I didn't need to have a hot tub or a pool to draw me in. I didn't need to have a sauna to draw me in. I didn't need to have all this stuff to draw me in. I didn't need that. And that's what I said even back then. And I say it now. That's why I got the Crunch Fitness, because it was 10 times cheaper. Even though I was only paying 20, it was just, I was paying 10. Then I bumped up to 20 later on, but it was 10 a month. Same amount of dumbbells, same machines, really. I don't like the leg press at Crunch Fitness in Mason, Ohio. Worst leg press, combination, everything. The seat is bad. The plate, where you put your feet on is just, I don't know, it's just short, small. You see it actually when I leg press 20 plates, I believe, for 20 reps or something along that order. In one of my older YouTube videos, you'll see it's just, I don't know, really digging in my lower back. But whatever. Yeah, it's just, there was too much at LA Fitness for me that I was not using. I wanted to go to a more cheaper gym. I could get the same things that I could get at LA Fitness, but at a cheaper price. That's what I did. I left. So then we fast forward after I leave Loveland and I come back to Brown County. And I don't mean to disrespect anyone who's watching us from Brown County, but most people who don't live inside the bubble, but live kind of, they see it from outside the bubble. They say Brown County like that. And I love Brown County to certain aspects, and then there's things about Brown County that I, tend not to really care too much about. And really, that's probably with everywhere, honestly. But I lived in Brown County most of my life, so I can, I believe I can probably have the right to say that.
New message is received from Clipso.
But going on 40 minutes, my phone's probably going to cut me off at any time. If I do, I'm going to try to speed this up. Probably won't, because that's me. Sorry about that. Got off. No, I'm just kidding. So fast forward. I believe April-ish, late March, April-ish. I got a gym membership, and it was actually a dream and a goal come true. When I was in high school, I didn't know what job I wanted. I always had the mindset I was going to go to college, and I was going to go to college for my main goal was always professional wrestling. But money wise, I was going to go to college for fitness training or something like that. Which later come to know there's really no money in that. And later, let's just say this: God slapped reality in my face a very hard way, hard love. Um, for the longest time in high school, I always had a dream, and that's all it really mattered up to be was a dream that I never knew the reality of the dream. But it was just I imagined it to be something, but it was completely different in reality. I always wanted to have a job at a gym because I'm working at. How could I ever be having a job when I'm working at a place that I'm surrounded by what I always want to be around? Weights and lifting and all that stuff. Well, here's how awesome God is. So when I quit my job at Staff Mark, and I didn't have much I was really my lack of enthusiastic I'm gonna be honest. I was strong with God as I am now and more, but I was just like, man, I don't know what to do on. So I was kind of a little bit panicking. So I just went on freaking Indeed.com and I just filled out a bunch of applications for jobs. And kid you not, this is an act by God. And you don't think this is? You tell me what this is. Literally, I fill an application for a job that's way out in Westchester, which I lived way out in Mount Orb at the time. Which, if you don't know those two places, let's just say that's like an hour and 15 minutes without bad traffic drive. And me being just kind of ignorant at the time, but kind of giddy, like a kid in a candy store at the same time. Basically, what happened was they hired me, or they got me an interview 30 minutes after I did the application. This is LA Fitness, Westchester, Ohio. And they told me, oh, it'll be, minimum wage, but you can make a heck of a lot more money, And the minimum wage kind of worried me, but I didn't care. I was like, you know what, you know, they're talking about the commission. I'll just, bust my butt off and but I'm loving it. How I'll do great at it because I'm at the gym. I'm always at the gym. I'll be working at the gym. And it was a dream come true. It was a reality I never really thought would ever come true because when I got out of high school, I worked at an ice cream cone shop and worked at 3 factories and a call center. None of that did I ever want ever beforehand. Um, and later come to know, well, I don't think I'll ever work at another gym again. Not saying I will. God's plan definitely made my plan look like nothing. Made my plan like that. Yeah, that plan definitely didn't work. Just because God's plan is the only plan, because Jesus is the way. Um, but so I was at LA Fitness, and I just said yes, 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 yes to basically everything in the interview. And one thing that stuck to me to this day, the guy who interviewed me, he was a super down to earth, cool guy. Terrible general manager of LA Fitness. And I actually say that as a compliment because he wasn't corporate. And he knew that he wasn't corporate. And he knew the corporate, like he wasn't brainwashed by the corporate people like everyone else was corporate. His workers were corporate. Um, but because he was at a high position, he was able to kind of just be himself and do whatever he wanted. He was always late. He always didn't care if you got off. He was really down to earth. He was a terrible boss, but some people actually like that. Some people like a terrible boss. A good boss is like a boss that's always on you, because he's a good boss. But he was a terrible boss because he just didn't care, and he was super cool. Like he was your friend. Um, but let's just say he knew how to put the lipstick on his lips very good to pucker up when corporate did come around or when it came down to when he had to do his job. I was only there for like half a month or a month. what I thought was my dream became a reality of something I never wanted ever, and I would never have realized that truly if it wasn't for God. And if it wasn't for God allowing me to see the truth between the lines and why the truth is put there. And allow me to see not only outside the bubble looking in, but able to see how certain things are played that other people don't see. That's how God really can do for you too, if you turn your life to Him. Um, he, so working there, I was depressed. I was disappointed. I jumped to conclusion to a bunch of things.